point, but he's not even remotely preoccupied by that achievement. His mind is on Westlife's newest and youngest fans, babies Jay and Rocco, born to Georgina a week ago today. He's just arrived from tonight's show at the Point. Will you give you a warm welcome, please, to Mr. Nicky Byrne. Nicky, congratulations.
Thank you very much, brilliant.
Well done.
Thank you.
I was at the show the other night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night it was. Yeah. Great show.
It was good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down.
How was the show tonight?
It was good. It was sorry, get a bit of water. It was brilliant. The Point has gone so well for us. 12 nights sold out. It's just been absolutely fantastic, and the fans, I think the week I've had has just been absolutely amazing, you know, and I couldn't have wished it to happen in a better, you know, to be at home in a better country. Yeah, because it's been amazing.
With twins, it's not 40 weeks, it's not,
no.
You know, it can be a little bit early, which it was in your case, quite a lot early, in fact.
It was, you know, it's you go for so many scans and everyone tells you, you know, 40 weeks, that's the term and stuff, and with twins, you know, they say 37 is, you know, the term for, because there's two babies in there, basically. But yeah, it was a shock, you know. I think we were preparing ourselves, you know, we were getting the house ready, and, you know, we had an interior designer in creating a little nursery for us, and, you know, for it to go, it was in a way, it was lucky that we were in Dublin, because we've been all over Australia, we've been all over South Africa, the UK, yeah. And it was just fantastic that I was in Dublin, and, you know, it happened so quickly.
Yeah. Last Friday was the day. When was the first night in the Point?
First night was the Thursday night.
The Thursday
and Georgina
night.
was in hospital for that night.
So how did you feel at that time when you had to go on stage? Because you didn't miss a beat, miss a show.
Yeah. It was difficult. I mean, I was preoccupied with, you know, we went in for a scan on Thursday morning. I think Georgina knew something wasn't, she felt it in her waters, I'd say, you know. Yeah. I think there was something that wasn't right. And we went in on the Thursday morning, and they kind of, you know, scanned her, and they said, right, we're going to keep her in for some observation for 24 hours. So it was like, okay, the Point Deb was not too far from Holles Street, so it was good. We stayed there all day, and then I nipped over to the Point, came back straight after, left about 1 a.m, and then about 6:45 on my phone, it went, and she said, I'm in a little bit of pain. And I said, are you in labour? And she said, no, I just think I'm in a little bit of pain. So I think she was trying not to worry me, and she hadn't called me all night, and I'd left strict instructions. If anything changes, you know, call me, please. And she didn't. I think she knew I kind of needed to sleep. I dashed in, and all of a sudden it was, right, we're going to deliver these babies now by section. By section.
A worrying time, though, because, yeah. I mean, a section is surgery, and until, you know, the babies are there and you're looking at them, you don't know. Yeah. Really, you don't know, no matter what the scans tell you. So that was a worrying time.
It is. I mean, like you said, it's major abdominal surgery, and, you know, I think at the time, or going through the pregnancy, you know, I think lads always say, you know, well, I did anyway. I was like, you know, get a section, you know, cut me up and take them out. What's the point, you know? And it's not like that, you know. I think if you can do it in natural birth, it's probably, you know, obviously a lot better for you, and you recover obviously an awful lot quicker. But it was fine, you know. The hospital were so good to us, you know. The Professor Fionnuala McAuliffe that we've been seeing, that Georgina had been seeing, I have to say was fantastic. All the staff in Holles Street, even now, you know, the two little fellas are up in ICU, and every single nurse, you know, they kind of stand over you and make you change the nappy, you know, already.
Oh, so you've done that, have you?
Yeah, we've been doing that. Georgina's been in doing it a lot more than I have, but, you know, obviously nipping back and forward to the Point. But, yeah, changing nappies, been feeding them, and everyone's been so great. It's been the best week of my life so far.
Now, tell me about the two lads. Who's big and who's small?
Jay is a little bit big. I mean, they're both very small. They're, you know, nearly 8 weeks. If you count 40 weeks, they're nearly 8 weeks premature. But Jay's a little bit bigger, and Rocco's really, really small. Yeah. But they're doing great. You know, they're kind of starting. All babies lose weight. I mean, I'm learning all this, you know, in the last week. All brand new babies lose weight. Well, most of them do, and then, you know, they gradually, you know, kind of move on and start putting the weight on. So that's what's happening now.
All right. And how long will they be in ICU? How long before you can get them home, which is what you're dying to do?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, we don't actually know. You know, it's they say to you, you know, term, you've got to expect term, which is Georgina's due in the second week in June. And if it goes, you know, that far, we'll just have to, you know, deal with it, and hopefully, you know, obviously they're in the right place, so that hopefully we'll just deal with it. But I think, you know, the closer, the harder it is, the longer it goes by, the harder it's going to be. And yesterday when we left, it was such an emotional time, and, you know, I think both of us, you know, had a huge, I mean, crying all day, yeah. You know, with happiness and the fact that, you know, we're leaving them in hospital.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happens to everybody. You know, people do it every day of the week, and they're perfectly healthy, which is the main thing.
Because babies are quite needy little things, you know, and they let you know what they want.
Yeah.
So they're doing this, I presume, squawking and squealing and demanding and...
Yeah, they've been good as gold, to be honest with you. They've when they give a little cry, which is, you know, really, really little, then they, you know, if you feed them, they seem to be okay. And both of them have been kind of taking a soother, and, you know, we've been holding them, which is very, very important. I think, you know, it's important, you know, as well, I think, for Georgina, you know, to bond with them, you know, because, you know, you have a section and the babies go to ICU and you go back down to a room. And what I just realised was it's not like anything else where the baby's there and people come in to visit. You know, it's an ordeal. And but she's been great. I mean, I have to say, she's heartbroken at the moment that they're in Hollis Street and she's at home. But she's been fantastic. And
are the boys identical?
No.
They're not?
No. I mean, they're very similar. You'd know
they're brothers.
Yeah.
But, and do you already see differences in the way they react or behave? Like,
yeah, I think we're noticing little differences already. But I don't think, I mean, the characters, you know, haven't really even developed yet. But I think Jay is more like Georgina's personality, and I think Rocco's a little bit more like me. Rocco, you know, he changes nappy. He won't stay still. He's kicking and punching and everything, like, you know what I mean? And Jay is kind of very, very calm. And
people are wondering, where do the names come from?
Nowhere, really. We just thought it was you know, two names we really liked. I mean, we did a couple of variations with, you know, we didn't know if it was two girls or two boys or boy and a girl or whatever. And we just felt Rocco and Jay was, you know, we always knew that one of them, whether it be a boy or a girl, was smaller in there all through the pregnancy. And we always knew that one was going to be born first. So, you know, when it was a boy, we thought Rocco was a kind of little bit of a fighter's name.
And some of I think some of the newspapers are joking that, you know, Rocco was named after Saint Rocco from Italy or something. And I presume Jay was named after J.O. Sherlock. I mean,
of course,
why not?
No, it was just two names we loved, and it was funny actually watching Georgina's dad on the news on the Friday, and I think it was Charlie Ward asking him what the names were, and Bertie kind of went, Rocco and Jay, and Charlie Ward was like, come again? You know, and then kind of Bertie calmed and said, you know, Rocco and Jay, you know, so it's fantastic. You know, we've had the time of our life, and to be honest, Pat, everybody's been so good. I mean, you know, stopping at traffic, people beeping, you know, Georgina obviously being in hospital, I'm out on my own, and people beeping me, and going into a shop, everybody's congratulating me, and, you know, the Westlife boys have been as good as gold, and the Point Depot, it couldn't have happened. It was like a soap opera. It was just absolutely fantastic.
And the two grannies are in the audience.
They are?
Yeah. Hi, Miriam. You actually had to come back from a holiday because, like everyone else, mid-June was the plan.
That's right. Yeah, I got a surprise. I was in the hospital with Georgina on Thursday, and she said, Mum, you go, you've planned this holiday. I'll be out tomorrow. So I did go ahead. And I had only landed in Chile the following day when I got a call from Nicky to say the good news, to tell me the good news. So I waited a day or two to recover and fly back again, but I was back again by Wednesday.
You couldn't have been in Benidorm or the Isle of Man. It had to be Chile.
But Chile's a good place to go for a weekend, I think. I'd recommend it.
Will you go back when you get time, or is that it now for the moment?
You never know.
Yeah. So what did you think of the babbies?
Oh, they're beautiful. They really are, and they're so healthy, and it's lovely to see that. And we're looking forward to having them home as soon as possible.
Right. Yvonne?
Hi.
I saw you at the Point the other night.
That's right.
So you must be thrilled.
Absolutely, yeah, delighted.
Yeah. If they had been girls, I mean, the boys have middle names after the grandfathers, isn't that right? Nicholas and Bartholomew, I presume.
Yeah, well, we kept it Bertie.
You kept it Bertie, did you?
We're stuck with Bertie.
All right, but it would have been, I presume, Miriam and Yvonne had the
Well, it would
girls.
have been, yeah. It's that was always the plan to. It's nice, you know, to keep the grandmothers, the grandparents involved.
Yeah. So you'll be on duty, I presume, very shortly. I bet you can't wait to get your hands on these little boys.
No, can't wait.
Yeah, so there you are, two volunteer babysitters immediately. I can tell they want to do it. And they can have one each if there are two troublesome. They can separate them. It's a bit stupid, I suppose, to ask you a question at this stage, what you'd like for them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's politics in the blood, there's music in the blood, there's football in the blood.
Yeah, there is. I mean, like any parent, you know, brand new dad, you know, whatever they choose to do will be absolutely, once, you know, they're happy and healthy. But I mean, if I was given the choice, I'd love them to be in sport. I'm a huge sports fan. Everything. I was talking to some of the cricket lads there, and but everything. I'm a big soccer fan, big rugby fan, big everything. Snooker table in the house. So, you know, I'd love them to be able to play for Manchester United or Dublin or something like that. Ireland, everything. You know, it'd be great.
Yeah, isn't a bookie offering odds on the two lads, Jay and Rocco, playing for Ireland.
I've seen it, yeah, 1,000 to 1 for the two of them to play in the same team for Ireland. So might be worth a few quid.
I think we might all put on a few bob on that one, 1,000, if we live to see it. Anyway, it's a change of life. You're on the road a lot of the time. I know you've just signed a new recording contract for how many albums?
5.
5 albums.
Yeah, 5 albums. So we're absolutely flying them on. We haven't. I mean, the band is, you know, we're the best of friends, and we haven't been, you know, getting on as well as this in a long, long time. And the album sales and everything is just so positive for us, and it's brilliant. You know, 12 nights in the point. We couldn't have asked for more, and we're having a well-earned break after the tour ends. The tour ends on the 3rd of May, and we're going to have 3 months off before we go back into a new studio.
You're doing a new original album.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been actually finalised yet. You know, I think the record label, when we're with obviously Psycho Simon and Psycho TV and Psycho Records, and yeah, that's something that, you know, we have to discuss, because I think we had a huge success with this year with our Love album, and I think they kind of want us to do something on similar lines. Love too, yeah. I mean, it's sold, you know, amazingly well, and I think we're kind of at the point now where we kind of want to go. You know, we need something great. The last original album, Face to Face, was just phenomenal. You know, You Raise Me Up, you know, blew it out of the water for us, and that's where we're still.
But
really
you're
here.
looking at recording 5 albums. It'll take you. You're nearly 40. You'll
Yeah,
still be doing this.
We'll be nearly 35, 36 anyway if you continue to go. And I mean, we'd love it. I mean, every single one of us. You know, we've always said from day one, I think it's a huge credit to the 4 of us, you know, that we've managed to keep it going for so long. And now Louis kind of, you know, he's dying to get new songs for a new album, and he's, you know, had great meetings recently, and everything's very, very positive in the Westlake camp. And
so there'll be a travelling crash with Jay and Rocco and Nicole.
There is,
Shane's,
yeah. Myself
Nicole.
and Shane, we have 2 buses now. Myself and Shane, Georgina, Gillian and Nicole, kind of on one bus with, you know, everything from high chairs and, you know, buggies and everything. And now there's going to be obviously triple of that now, so that's going to be, it's amazing. And you know, when you're on the bus, and because Georgina was pregnant, it was lovely for me to be watching Nicole, you know, and singing songs. Actually, you know, I always keep getting her to sing Up the Dubs, you know, and I have the 2, everybody from Sligo freaking out because I have Nicole singing Up the Dubs every time. So it's good, you know, it's a lovely family kind of atmosphere on the road.
Well, we're all delighted for you.
Thank you.
Nikki, thanks very much for joining us on this show tonight. Thank you so much.